This is your last field lab. We are not meeting for lab next week. We're going to say it again. We are not meeting for lab next week.
What a tragedy.
We are not meeting for lab next week. All right. What we're going to do, everybody eyes up here. Okay. So I want to explain what we're doing this week. Okay. So what we're doing this week is what's called a horizontal curve stakeout. Okay. So what that means is, there we go. What that means is that I have placed a nail in Buskirk Field for every group. That nail is going to serve as your PI. Okay. What you're going to do is locate your PC, and then once you do that, you're going to set up on your PC and use that to stake out a horizontal curve. Okay? You're going to stake out the curve at 25-foot intervals. Okay? So what that's ultimately going to mean for your groups is that you should have about 9 stakes. One at the PC, one at the PT, one in the middle, and then intermediately at 25-foot intervals. So every group is going to have to take out 10 flags, and you'll understand why you have 10 because there's a point in the middle you also need to stake. 10 flags, 2 of the red and white survey pins, and 1 nail of your own. You're actually going to have to set your own nail this week for this lab for one. So there are, if you go down to the survey locker, there are groups of those set up. So if you are the orange group, you should see 10 orange flags, 2 nails, and then or 2 survey pins, and then a nail with orange flag on it. If you're in the blue group, you'll see 10 orange flags, the 2 survey pins, and then a nail with blue flag on it. Okay, makes sense. So you'll see that group. Make sure you take that with you. Okay. You are going to need to do a single resection. Okay. So the way that it's going to work is you're going to set up over the PI and perform a resection. And then you're going to, so you'll use your 3 nails to do that. And then I have supplied every group with a unique azimuth that will take you from the PI to the PC. Okay? So here's the way the process is going to work. So the first thing you're going to need to do is some calculations. You've got to do some calculations in here. Okay? So you can use your notes, you can use Excel, that's fine. But you're going to set up, once you do your calculations, you're going to set up on the PI and resection to find the coordinates and the orientation of the instrument. Then every group has a unique azimuth. You're going to turn to that azimuth, and then you're going to use whatever, let's say your T distance is. So you're going to calculate T. So let's say T is, 102 feet. So from the PI, you are going to locate exactly 102 feet. Using the rods, you're going to keep shooting and shooting, and you're going to be iterating until you find the PC, set a nail in the ground, move the instrument to the PC. Set it up, get it level, sight the PI as a back sight, set the angle to 0, and then angle distance, angle distance, angle distance, angle distance, and then you will start staking out your curve. You will only set the horizontal angle to 0 once. That's when you set up on the PC and sight the PI as your back sight. Set the angle to 0, that's the only time that you do it. Okay? The way that's going to work in the field is that you're going to line up, and somebody's going to shoot a distance, and they're going to say, okay, go back 5 feet. You're going to go back 5 feet. They're going to say, okay, go back a quarter foot. Okay, go forward a half a foot, or what have you. You're going to be doing this a lot until you find that exact point. Okay? So good communication is key in the field. Okay. Fortunately, the curve is small enough that you're not having to go a long way to do your staking. We used the same PIs in yesterday's lab, but we didn't have to move anything or set or adjust anything. Everything worked out pretty well. Okay. Any questions?
No.
All right. I'm going to stop this, and then you all can get to calculating. I'm going to go grab your field books here in a second, so you all can set up your field notes before you go outside.